This week on SailAway, just like cruising life in general, the restoration of our classic cat has been a study in ups and downs, small victories and comical missteps.
Maybe we should wait and do it outside when it stops raining.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely should. And some severe lows. And then we got a very surprise when I went to start getting the engines ready. But even with the uncertainty, the projects must go on, including some really big improvements. What would you like to freeze today?
I mean, we definitely need ice. I bought some meat.
And we intend to show you that the land luxuries don't have to come with the marine grade price tags.
I haven't had a washer in 5 years. We don't wash our clothes
Yeah, folks,
as we should.
Boat life is gross. Hashtag boat life is gross.
Ooh, kind of.
Guys, we didn't measure that. We stupidly just assumed it was big enough for any one of these.
Ever wish you could escape normal life and experience more of the world?
So meet me on that island. Well, we did just that. We sold everything we owned on dry land and sailed away. Promise me that we'll sail away.
Now we are roaming the planet in search of new adventures and sharing it with you every week.
Just promise me that we'll sail away. So hit subscribe and escape normal with us. And I'll be yours forevermore. Come on, it's just that little button down there. That's it. Yes, folks, boat life is full of wins and losses, but we like to start with a win. I spent most of the day yesterday, all the day yesterday, working on the frame for our new awning. But while all that was happening,
we got the freezer.
Yeah, we got a delivery. We have a new freezer. We are going to, again, with a economic direction, very much in keeping with our philosophy on how we're putting this boat together. Budget, budget, budget. What can we afford and what can we do to make the boat nice without losing an arm and a leg? We really wanted to get a freezer going again on this boat. And what we had in place was a big, gigantic top loader with a bunch of questionable parts. It's taken up a ton of space, both cabinet and counter. We don't really like top loaders for that reason. I know that technically they can be more efficient, but frankly, that's not our biggest concern. You know, space is more of our concern. We want that counter space that we've got down there. So we really want something that's front opening and under the counter. But we got to looking at drop-in freezers for boats. They're insanely expensive. I couldn't find anything that would work for us of the right size for under $1,300. So we got to researching it a little bit, and we're going with a household unit. This is literally off of Amazon, and I want to unpack it here in a minute. You get a good look at it, obviously, but it's 3 cubic feet. Stainless steel door, reversible door. It's AC. Now, we have a really strong inverter charger now. We've got a good battery bank. We've got solar. We've got a generator.
And we have a couple huge batteries.
And so we're looking at our overall energy answer in this boat. It's multifaceted. It's not one thing and we have to like nitpick at every tiny little amp we have. Yes, we're going to try to be efficient and, you know, save power where we can, but we have a lot of solutions for power. So we didn't feel that using the AC to power our fridge was a really big deal. We're running the inverter all the time anyway. And from what I can tell, the draw is pretty small. These things can run very, very efficiently. And they're literally a fifth, even less than a comparably sized marine fridge. Obviously, we don't have a boat that does a lot of healing, so we should be able to get a pretty good life out of this thing. And even if it kicks the bucket in 3 years, 4 years or something, we buy another one and slide it right in, plug it in, and we're good to go. And we are still at, you know, a couple $1,000s cheaper than something comparable in the marine market. So, yet again, kind of an experiment for you guys. I want to show you how we're planning to do it, and obviously you'll get a good look at how well it works. And if you watch us long enough, you'll get to see how long it lasts. Let's get it out of the box first. Okay, now this is where it gets tricky. Here in the galley, this is where the old freezer is. And that is a huge amount of real estate. But it has a very slanted interior on the back wall because of the way the hull is cut. Over here is where we had trash on one side and another, presumably recycling on the other, that we turned into just storage, very random storage because we hadn't yet put any shelves in it. This is the exact right spot, size-wise, to fit the fridge. So yeah, it gets a little tricky. Gotta hack that out of there, and then I gotta widen this. This is almost the exact right width from left to right. So it's a lot, and I'm not real excited about it. It's a lot of cutting into woodwork, some of which is actually decent. Only thing really to do is take one step at a time, and that is start cutting this thing down. I don't know where else to start. Gotta get some tools out.
Somewhere in our future, we see a full kitchen remodel, which makes hacking away at the current one a little easier to swallow. But it still makes me wince.
Oh, what's this? Get this out of here now that I got it cut free. It's a big hole now.
We got a big hole.
Alright, slowly but surely we're getting there. We've got our hole completely cut out, and I think what we're going to do, we've been trying to reuse anything at all that we have torn apart on this boat, and there's been a handful of things. I believe these were from the second table that was in the salon that we dissected and turned into a daybed. And so these are going to be the rails for the shelf that the freezer will sit on. These don't quite go that entire distance, but it should be more than fine. I'm going to use that piece of wall that I just ripped out of there as the material for the shelf itself, and it's already got a nice coating on it, which is cool. With these. Okay, it's just about the moment of truth here. I have this thing pretty much ready to receive a freezer. I have absolutely almost zero expectation that it's going to fit in here right the first time.
Where'd you get those bottom sheets?
That was what from the wall in the middle.
Oh, smart.
Reused, baby.
Yeah.
Didn't spend a penny on any of the stuff to, you know, make that hole. Yeah, so, but it's going to be close. I think top to bottom and all that will be fine. And I'm not 100% sure how level the floor is going to be. Being a boat, it's really tough to measure and get that exactly right. But hopefully we can adjust the feet to make up for it. We'll see once it gets in there, but we might have to pull it out and make some adjustments.
Got it down the stairs?
Yeah.
If I'm ever always right about anything, it's when I proclaim that things won't be right. But you can always take a little more off, can't put more back on.
Look, a freezer.
Slide back
It's
up.
in the hole! It's so big.
My lady wanted a freezer.
I got a freezer.
Should we turn it on?
Yeah.
What would you like to freeze today?
I mean, we definitely need ice. I bought some meat.
Well, yeah, we've got a couple ice trays that we're not even using that we can, like...
Let's try it. Our gross kitchen. Oh,
It was project day. There wasn't time for dishes. Sawdust in your ice cubes. And a sausage. And a sausage.
There are sausages.
Oh, it's the brats. Brats. And the,
This.
right now, this is our meat and ice
Yeah, that's it.
roar.
Frozen veggies coming up though. It's already better. There she is. Sitting pretty in her custom cut hole, sitting nice and level. I am still going to come up with a brace to put across the top, I believe, here. I think that would be the way to go. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to fall out. It can rock just a little bit if you push on it. So I think that would just solidify it a little bit. But this thing is bigger than our drawer freezer we had in our house in Charleston. It's 3 cubic feet. I mean, we use this top shelf for ice and burritos, basically. And then all this room for meat, frozen vegetables, things like that. Because we can't always find those kinds of things, and when we do, it'd be great to be able to stockpile a little bit. And now we can, so we can get some good frozen meat in there and just use it as we need it. Stuff we have not been able to enjoy while out on the boat. So that is exciting. And that is thanks to one of our patrons, Rusty Comer. He's been a supporter of ours for a long time, and just the amount of support and help he's given us is immeasurable. We just want to give him a huge shout out. Thanks so much, bud. You are very much appreciated every time we open up that freezer. What's up, guys? I have misplaced my drink. I'm gonna grab that. We haven't talked on camera a lot lately. The reason, I think, is the longer we stay here and the more things come up that need fixed, replaced, repaired, on top of what we already kind of know we're doing, it's gotten kind of frustrating. I would say it's fair to say that we almost expected to have to stay longer than expected. We've accomplished a lot. That said, we've had to make the decision to stay here in the marina for couple more weeks. We're just not ready to push off from the dock. I still have to get up the mast. We got a main halyard to fix or replace. We still have to sew everything for our cockpit awning. And then we got a a very shitty surprise when I went to start getting the engines ready. Our portside engine will not crank. It's locked up. And this is one of those things that's like, come on, really? Like, we've only been sitting here for 3 months. That's not long enough for a motor to truly seize up. Shouldn't be. But something has it locked, and I'm just starting to try to work my way through what it could be. So we got that going on, which means we can't shove off from the dock with a single motor. So I'm not saying we couldn't go down there on one motor and pick up a mooring ball or anchor or whatever, but man, it's not preferred. Yeah, we're taking a couple more weeks and trying to get this stuff sorted out. Starboard side motor has an insane exhaust leak that it's really tough to diagnose because it's so bad. And then it fills up the entire starboard hull with exhaust. So I got to get that figured out, because without that, I mean, we can't run that motor either. It's unbearably exhausty. So that is the quick rundown, as quick as I'm capable of doing. I'm going to do a little project in several rooms, and this is I just want to kind of talk about this because a lot of people ask why we came to the States. You know, oh, you can get things in St. Martin, you can get stuff in the USVI, you know, you don't have to go to the US to get things. It's the little nickel and dime stuff that, being here where we can run to hardware stores, we can order something on Amazon and it shows up in 2 days. But when you start cruising around out in the Caribbean, you just can't do that. And it's stuff like hinges and hardware. And here, a boat that has had some leaky hatch frames for a while, you get stuff like this. This hinge is just nasty. These are kind of hard to find at the right size. This is as close as I could find, and I think it's even a tiny bit wider than these were made. They're very narrow. But I think it'll be okay. I'm tired of looking at these, so I'm gonna swap them out real quick and see what happens. Real quick. Sometimes it's good to have a handy helper with a little bit smaller hands than me. One hinge. Several more to go. In some ways it might seem like a small detail. We are in the practicing philosophy of trying to outweigh the negatives with positives, even if they're little ones.
Please, you're gonna like burn yourself. Please watch what you're doing. Maybe we should wait and do it outside when it stops raining.
Yeah.
Woo,
Yeah, we definitely should.
right.
Oh my god. Oh, that was just a whole thing of smoke. Just it was not good.
Try number 2.
This way it was a lot less
Toxic.
I can still smell the foam, but it's not part of me. It's not inside me. That works actually really easy. So, in case you're ever cutting foam, start with a knife.
We are on to our next project, the foam that we've cut. Now I've got to figure out how to make a pattern for it. We bought this fabric at Joann's. It was really cheap. That's what I can say about it. It's not my favorite. So luckily though, if I mess up, it doesn't really matter that much because it was really cheap fabric. I'm going to draw the outline of the foam. That way I can basically make a pattern for it.
Lauren's been hard at work, gotten our new cushion sewn up nicely. So we got this cool day bed in here now, which is already like everybody's favorite place in the salon for sure. You're welcome for the oversized dog bed. Santa Claus just keeps showing up, and I kind of mean that literally. We got this in the mail just today. Lauren is extremely excited. I am too. It's going to be cool. And that's thanks to Doug LeBoot, one of our patrons.
That is Doug and Lori LeBout. Sorry about that, guys.
I just can't thank him enough. That's not the only thing he's helped us out with. We've got a air conditioning pump thanks to him as well. Yeah, it's kind of mind-blowing to get that kind of support. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to let you do it because I feel like you're more excited about it than I am.
Is it because I'm the
I mean, I'm very
girl and
excited
I should do
about
laundry?
it. I got a feeling I'm going to be doing a lot more laundry though. Yes.
Pretty! I haven't had a washer in 5 years.
That's not 5 years.
4.
4.
It's close enough. Round it up to 5.
It's felt like 5 at least. There it is, folks. This is what we are going to use for a boat washer and spin dryer.
Yes, spin! Should we do a comparison with our old washer? Here, let me grab.
You got to go get it out. Yep, that's our old washer with the ab roller in it. You can tell how much I've been using that lately. There are a lot of people that have washers washer dryers on their boat. And many have a marine style of mini washer dryer. Like everything else made for the marine industry, they're insanely expensive. Like ridiculously expensive. More than a big one you'd buy for your house. But this is one of the biggest ones we could get our hands on, and it's still a fifth of the price of a marine, like a Splendide or something like that. Those things are a Bosch or whatever. This thing's nice and light. Yeah, we'll put the stats up on the screen for this one, because they come in quite a few different sizes. And then this side is just a spin dry, which doesn't seem like a big deal. You're like, oh, what's the point if you can't actually dry it? Well, just getting all of that excess water out gets them pretty close to dry, and then we hang them up, you know, up here or out on the rail, and they dry much, much faster. So, yeah, this is pretty exciting.
It's like a game changer. Like, I'm so excited to be able to do like one load of laundry a day and not have everything pile up for
'cause
2
man,
months.
it does.
And when we finally, either we do it like a tiny load in here, usually when we only have underwear left, or we don't have underwear, and then we're like, okay, we have to do one load of underwear, and then we take everything else in, and it's a pain.
Yeah.
It's like 50 pounds. I feel like we've paid our dues.
We've
done
paid our
it
dues
for
on
4
the
years.
bucket laundry for sure. Towels, we can have clean towels. Towels get ignored a lot.
Probably shouldn't talk about how like actually gross we are unless we don't wash our clothes as
folks,
often as we should.
boat life is gross. Hashtag boat life is gross.
All about the hashtags.
I don't know why. I'm very big on the social medias. Now we just got to clean out the hobbit hole enough to get this thing in there. Everybody that's helped us out, you don't know how much it means to us. Thank you. You know how much it means to Lauren.
To me.
All right, are you ready to create your new laundry room?
I'm so excited.
You just gonna film this while I try to do it?
Yeah, that sounds like a good division of work. Ooh, kind of. Oh yeah. Perfect. It's like it was made for it. Whoa! That is the tightest fit.
Guys, we didn't measure that. We stupidly just assumed it was big enough for any one of these. And I proceeded to find one of the biggest ones I could possibly find on Amazon. Holy crap, look at that. That's comical.
Well, it's made for it.
It is, it's supposed to go there, obviously. Yeah, I think our luck is strong right now. Let's go play the lottery.